guys, Octane Restorations here, back with the Yamaha RD60 rebuild and restoration. So today we're going ahead and reassembling the RD60. So you're going to get a chance to see the motorcycle fully finished, fully restored. So let's get to it. So first off right here, we're just getting the engine ready to go back into the frame. I've got a t-shirt on the ground so that way I don't scratch anything. And I definitely am going to be referring to pictures and videos that I took for the reassembly process. So this whole thing probably took about 6 months start to finish. Did have a lot of stuff going on. If I was working on it Monday through Friday 8 to 5, probably could have gotten it done within a month. Minus all the downtime for, waiting for the tank to dry so that I can put the decals and the ceramic coating and everything like that. So if you have a lot of time to dedicate specifically to it and not just doing it on the side, then you could get it done fairly quick because there's a lot of stuff to do. And you can do a lot of other stuff while waiting on other stuff to dry, if that makes sense. So here we're going ahead, putting on the back wheel, got that center stand on. That was one of the first things we put on so that way it would stay upright. So here I'm just finishing up putting that back tire on, getting all the suspension on and everything like that. So now I'm putting the chain on. The chain's easier to put on whenever you have a little slack in the suspension, if that makes sense. Which is what I did then. Now I'm starting to put some of the wires back on. This thing had a fairly simple wiring harness. So if you have a like a street bike or anything you're trying to do with a computer and everything like that, it can get pretty crazy. But this, you have the wires to your handlebar, you have your stator wires, battery wires, running light wires, you don't have any computer or anything like that. So this one way easier in that aspect. So wiring harness, cable routing, all that really fun stuff that you can't mess up. So, and here, like I said, I was looking at diagrams. I took a lot of pictures before just to ensure that I would have something to reference to and I wasn't just going in blind. When putting it back together, there's really no definite method to the madness. I'm just trying to do it as much as a reverse as possible so I get the order of things right, so I don't have to take stuff off to put more stuff on later. So I'm trying just to mirror this as much as possible. So right there's the air filter box going back on. Also houses the battery. This is the exhaust right now. finally started to take shape like a motorcycle. There I'm putting fork oil inside the forks using a Lucas full synthetic fork oil. Really good stuff. Kind of expensive for the amount you get, but I was wanting not to have to do it again. So here's the first painted pieces going on the bike. Big step. So I'm pretty sure I took them off to ceramic coat them. Can't remember for 100% certainty, but I'm pretty certain that that's what happened. Is I took them off, went ceramic coated them, and then let them cure, and then put them back on as you just saw now. So now the headlight's going in. Like I said, most of the wiring is in the headlight, so this is where the pictures were a huge help. You know, when you got 10, 15 different colored wires and 30, 40 wire connections in a headlight assembly, you know, it can get pretty tight and pretty confusing. So here, just getting all the speedos lined up. And again, referring to pictures and videos that I've taken just to ensure I get everything lined up properly. Got my cables hooked up, so now tackling that wiring inside the headlight like I was telling you about. And again, this is a fairly simple motorcycle built in the 70s. You know, didn't have very many extras. It's not fuel injected. Most of this bike's mechanical, so good luck on newer motorcycles. If you were going to try a restoration attempt one, I'd recommend going with an older motorcycle that you can find parts for. That was my one thing with this one, is parts were really unavailable for it. Like I spent probably 6 days, 7 days tracking down a headlight for it, just the actual light inside itself, and the only thing they had was a tractor headlight because the bulb had burned out. So trying to find pieces for these, and there wasn't very many Yamaha RD60s made. You know, there was a lot of 350s made, but not very many 60s. So again, for a first restoration, I'd attempt something that has a lot of parts readily available for it, but an older motorcycle that's carbureted with less electrical, just because the electrical is what gives most people problems. What a lot of people do for restorations is they'll just get a running motorcycle and then repaint the frame, the fenders, everything like that, so you don't have to worry about getting it running, if that makes sense, so the restoration takes less time. But this one was a full frame off restoration. Took it down to the engine and the frame. So here again, just cable routing. Refer to the pictures and stuff you took before. So I did lose video of me putting on the seat and the side plastic pieces, but they literally just pretty much snap into place. So the seat has 2 hinges, but my GoPro corrupted the file. But yeah, so we're nearly at the end. You know, all we got left is pretty much put on the seat, the plastic pieces in the tank, and we're good to go. So next video will be riding it. So see you in a little bit. Thanks for watching. And here we are, all built back together. If you like the videos, be sure to like. It really helps us out. Thank you.